Hey guys, welcome back. We're entering Sherbet Land now, so let's waste no time and head right into Course 14. So, just like in Course 10, I love the aesthetic of this stage. I know it's really simplistic because it's on the Game Boy, but the sort of gradient effect they're going with on the sky, the way it gradually gets darker the higher you go up, looks really nice. Considering the limitations, I think it turned out really well. I mean, the stage itself is fairly straightforward, but at least it looks nice. It also has these birds, so that's a point against it. This is definitely a good level to have Jet Wario, just for that added insurance. So this door just leads to a midpoint, but I wanted to check it out just to show you that I wasn't missing anything. Now once we take care of this enemy, we'll have a series of jumps ahead of us. And I definitely want to keep Jet Wario for those jumps. So I like that someone has apparently erected these huge wooden poles in the ground for Wario to hop across. It was very nice of whoever set those up. And you can never have too many hearts, so let's grab this one. I think these bridges may not be up to code. Just a feeling I'm getting. Ah, coins. It's already been minutes since Wario's collected some of those. So let's just carefully move on here and get these. And here, we'll just let gravity do the work for us. Or most of the work, anyway. Let's go back and get those two. There we go. Alright, let's just take care of this goom and head into the cave. And look at that, we're at the end. Let's ease on to the door so we don't slip into those spikes. And now to throw more coins into Wario's hoard of treasure. Beautiful. And now to head into another stage with two exits. What do you want to bet said exits are right next to each other? Let's find out. So, just like in the previous video, this latter segment is more a test of patience than anything. As long as you don't rush it, you'll be fine. That poor, dangerous duck is frozen solid. These are brutal conditions indeed. But hey, no time to contemplate the fate of our fallen enemies, it's time to collect more coins. Poor gooms. We really iced that goom. Let's give this hedgehog the slip. I tried. We do actually need to be careful around these hedgehog enemies. If you attack them from behind, they have a tendency to attack with their quills, which won't always damage you. Their hitbox is kind of finicky, but I wouldn't risk it. So just wait for them to turn around and attack them head-on. Or let them thwomp stun them, that works too. Let's be patient and not get crushed by the thwomp this time. Sounds like a good plan. Let's just clear out this room's coins and continue onward. So here's this almost staircase of blocks. That will be a little bit more important later on. For now, let's stick to not falling in these spikes and collecting these coins on the way. That goal, as you saw, was barricaded behind these ice blocks. There'll be a way to uncover it. We just have to duck into this cave and knock down this wall and hit the switch. Now let's just head back out to see what's changed after hitting the switch. And what's changed is that all those ice blocks are gone, freeing the blocks, the dangerous ducks, and most importantly, the goal gate. So let's go ahead and head into there once we check out the staircase, which now leads further upward than it did before, meaning, you guessed it, that's where the secret exit is. Right by the normal exit. I love this game, but sometimes its level design decisions vex me. Anyway, we'll be right back when we go through the level a second time. Alright, we're back. Let's continue on up the stairs toward the secret exit. It's not too far from here. Just go through this cave, and I believe the exit is in the room on the other side. So let's just test that hypothesis. Yes, there it is, but of course it's floating in midair, which means it's inaccessible right now. So let's change that by hitting this switch. There we go, we can now exit the level. Before we do that, we're gonna collect all of these coins, of course! Wahahaha! Wario wouldn't have it any other way. Let's not get stuck on the goal, of course. Let's just get this heart, and let's get out of here. And the treasure hoard continues to grow. Speaking of treasure, I think it's been way too long since we found one. Let's look for one in this stage. So here's a new enemy. This cloud follows you throughout the level and tries to strike you with its lightning, which cause small explosions along the ground. So we want to time our movements very carefully in this stage to avoid being hit by him. On top of that, the level's ice physics make it more likely that you'll go careening straight into the lightning, so take extra care when moving around here. Now let's just sneak on past these knife-throwing pirates here. Go steal some of their treasure while we're at it. Ah! He turned around a bit too quickly, and I went slamming straight into his knife. So I'm going to avoid going into those little alcoves for now. As long as I'm tiny, I can't risk being hit. Let's just get these boxes here. Now all we have to do is get the key to the treasure vault. We'll skip ahead, and I'll see you guys back outside. More of these birds. I'd rather deal with the lightning cloud, thanks. Let's just watch where we're going as we collect these coins. Be careful not to slip in. Avoid that dreadful avian as we continue. Here we go. Now this section just houses the midpoint, as well as a plethora of coins, so we're definitely going to take a detour to get those. Now the great thing about the key is that its hitbox is such that if it touches an enemy, the enemy automatically dies. You don't have to throw it, you don't have to hit them from below necessarily, even though I am. As long as the enemy comes in contact with the key, the enemy will be defeated. Talk about lock and load. I'm actually glad to see this guy again. I mean, yeah, he's trying to kill us, and doing a pretty good job at that, but he's so happy. Like, he's just smiling. This guy clearly enjoys his job, and how many of us these days can say that? Phew, we really weathered that section. Alright, now to hop onto these platforms and go up to... Oh, ice physics. Yeah. Be right back. Okay, now to not slip off this platform like an idiot. So the treasure is at the top of this room, and we could head straight up, but where's the fun in that? This is a Wario game! We've got to collect every coin in sight first. So incidentally, it's come to my attention that these face platforms have an official name. They are known as Honey Honey. I don't know if they have an official English name, but that's what they're referred to in the Japanese version of the game. Just a bit of trivia for you. Should be getting near the top now. Ah, there we go. Once we get these last few coins, let's head into the vault and find our next treasure. And I can't quite make out from the sprite what this treasure is. If you have any idea of what it might be, let me know. Oh well, whatever it is, I'm sure it's worth a lot of money. Let's just add it to the hoard and continue on. Let's just head back down outside, and let's just not pay attention at all and hit our head on the spikes. It's always a good idea. Definitely wishing I had my dash attack now. That's alright though, we can make it. Let's just break through this block and be extra careful not to fall into the pit here. Take our time, grab those coins of course, and continue on. So this section's a bit of a tight fit. Once again, patience is key in areas like this. You don't want to rush it here. Good! We got by before that fish saw us. I'm here all week. So you'll notice Treasure D is missing. Not to worry, that's also found here in Sherbet Land, and we'll be getting that very shortly. We're going to save this stage for last, for reasons. For now, we're going to head here and find both exits. So I guess even pirates leave their keys by the front door. Now to find the vault you go to. Yeah, that'll be useful. One big drawback of the key is that Wario cannot dash attack, so being able to stun these enemies will be very helpful here. Let's make sure nothing's behind these blocks. And nothing is. Moving on. Ah, now these blocks on the other hand. Let's check behind them. Just as I thought. Let's head in. Ah, more treasure already. I like where this playthrough is going. Let's just open this up. And we found a beautiful shield to add to our collection. Let's head back. I'll see you guys back outside. Now, to continue to one of the two goals in this stage, here's an excellent use of Bull Wario's ceiling clinging. The ones that actually comes in rather useful. Let's just get these coins and proceed onward. Pay very close attention to this spot, it's going to be important later. For now, let's continue on through the stage. So, to my Mario Kart fans in the audience, most of you are probably already familiar with Sherbet Land from Mario Kart 64 and Mario Kart Double Dash. If you happen to have never played Wario Land before, now you know where Sherbet Land originally came from. It was a basketball course in Mario Hoops 3-on-3 for the DS as well. So this world has made quite a few appearances throughout the series. And there's the goal, just barely out of reach. Let's do something about that. You see those ice blocks on the ground, you guys should know where this is going by now. We just need to change their position and create a nice, convenient bridge to the goal. Let's hit this switch to do just that. And now you can see why I did not destroy these blocks on the way here, so the bridge would not have these unsightly gaps in it on the way to the goal. Alright, Wario, let's get out of here. Now, of course, I'll be heading right back into the same stage in order to find the secret exit, so I'll meet you guys after the break. And we're back at that spot that I told you to keep in mind. We just use this lone coin as a signifier of this hidden path through the ceiling, and we find a room with a door and, more importantly, coins, so let's collect those and head on through to find a hidden passage. Which, of course, takes us straight to the secret goal. First things first, though, let's take care of this dangerous duck. There we go. Only 15 coins, what a paltry sum. We better make up for that at the next level. And I think we will. So this stage's entire gimmick are those switches that change the geography of the level that we've been seeing throughout the world. As you can see, they have conveniently put the treasure vault right at the beginning for us, so we just have to find the key somewhere in this maze of blocks and walls. Let's look for it. Now we'll be finding the first of our switches right in this cave, so let's just head through and activate it. And while we could proceed onward, I think we should head back. Let's see what's changed back at the starting area. Ah, just what I wanted to see. Now let's explore this new section. So many crushed hedgehogs. Dr. Eggman would be so proud. Might as well capitalize on this swamp here. Ah, Thwomp. Always good to see you. You figured it out by now. Let's find the switch to get rid of those blocks. Let's try to get every one of these coins on the way down. Wario would expect nothing less. And now that I've hit that switch, the geography of the room we just left has changed significantly. Now it's somewhat reminiscent of Donkey Kong, with these ladders and platforms. You know, replace gorillas with snowmen and fireballs with snowflakes, and you get the general idea. And now that key is accessible, so let's grab it. And since it will take a moment to walk back to the vault, I'll cut that out. See you when I get there. So the switch we hit to remove the blocks around the key also created this convenient bridge of ice blocks for us. So let's head into the vault and find our next treasure. Ah, a lamp. Bet I can guess what Wario is going to wish for. And with that, we found all 3 treasures in Sherbet Land, and 6 treasures total in the entire game. Just 9 more to go. Now we just have to focus on completing the level, which shouldn't be too difficult. Let's just hit this switch again before we leave. Or press up by accident and exit without hitting it. There we go. Just take some careful jumps to get across the spike pit. More of these irritating hedgehogs! Let's get them out of the way. Well, lower route has coins. And I can't pound the ground to go through the upper route anyway. So, lower route it is. Should be nearing the end soon. just take advantage of our jet power up here. Take the route with the most money, naturally. And if I'm right, the goal should be right in this room. For some reason, I thought that would go over me if I ducked. Obviously, I was mistaken. No matter, we're done. On to the final stage of Sherbet Land. So you'll remember that we gained access to this stage much earlier in the video, and I said I was saving this stage for last. You'll find the reason for that at the end. Sherbet Land is a very non-linear world compared to the other worlds in the game, but I feel that it would be more thematically appropriate to play this stage at the end. Pirate Pelicans. Again, Syrup's crew is for the birds, am I right? Okay, I'm sorry. It's just that when I'm making up jokes on the fly, I have to wing it. Oh, speaking of flight, this jet power-up should come in handy. Let's take care of this pesky hedgehog and then head through the door. You know, despite the stage giving me Jet Wario, the stage layout isn't very conducive to flying. Just not quite enough room. I think I will keep Jet Wario, though, so I can use my dash attack underwater here. So these, retreating spikes remind me a bit of the spike traps from Super Mario World. Let's just get these coins here. Ooh, definitely want those. Nothing's too dangerous for Wario when money is involved. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. This is just the midpoint, but I want to show you that I'm not missing anything. Moving on. We start to get a little bit less space to swim around, so once again, patience is key here. Patience and greed, of course. Gotta go for that money. Be careful entering this room, because we're about to be ambushed by a snowman enemy. There we go. Just hop on over him and head through the door. So here is the optional boss of World 3. This is Hinyari, the boxing penguin. You damage him by simply jumping on his head here, but he gets clever and decides to put a spiked helmet on. That's the reason for the exit door in this fight. You see, you need to dash into him from behind to remove his helmet, and if you come in here as Tiny Wario, you can't do that. So the door is provided as a way to escape without actually winning the battle. You don't get credit for beating the stage if you do this, but it's a nice way to prevent an unwinnable battle. Anyway, your reward is a bunch of hearts, which means a bunch of lives, and with that we are done with Sherbet Land. Let's just tally up our total coins for Sherbet Land and go to someplace that's hopefully a bit warmer. So that's it, 3 worlds, 6 treasures, 1,780 coins. Only 4 worlds and 9 treasures remaining. Next time, we head into Stove Canyon. Until then, thanks for watching!